Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to Lights Out episode 25, powered by our friends at Metafy. And this is one that will go down in the history books because we are giving you what you've all been asking for since episode number 1. Not talking about Cola's black ass. We did that already. I'm talking about the collab with Tweek Talks because we have Haz and Tweek in the building and they will be joining us momentarily. It's going to be a spectacle. But before I even start that, before I even bring them in, I gotta ask Light how he's feeling. I see him gyrating up there, dancing and prancing and just feeling good. Talk to me, brother. What's up?
Bonjour, nigga. How's it going?
Please.
I'm feeling good. I thought we were off to a good start. Man, I'm feeling good. It's been I just got back from a drive home, and I'm feeling a little too good. How are you feeling, Phil?
I am feeling fantastic. I hope what you're sipping in that cup ain't what Bobby was on, because we know how that ended. And
they call me Paris Light Boss. Thank you, Haz.
We will cover that momentarily. I do promise you that. Now, some of you are probably wondering, we're getting the Tweek Talks collab, but where's Cosmos? Well, we all kind of agreed. And this is like a hazmat and Tweek rule. There's only so much color we can have on the podcast.
I was thinking the same thing.
Exactly. That's why Marcus is sitting out on their side and Cosmos is sitting out on our side. That's just the way we decided to blend it. It made a lot of sense. And I agreed with them. I want to make my guests feel as comfortable as possible. So I think you know where we're headed. But with that said, I do want to kick off this thing real quick. Just a quick advertisement. Don't get mad at me, chat. Don't get mad at me. But you should get active because Lights Out and Stride are teaming up together. And you're probably like, well, EE, what the heck are you doing? You just started the episode. Shut up, Gyms. Join the Discord and click the channels and roles on the left side. Then click Browse Channels at the top. And you can find the podcast Q&A category to ask questions to not only Lights Out, but Tweek Talks as well, or Coach's Corner for you nerds out there. Sometimes you might have to wait 10 minutes before you see the channel, but once you see it, you'll know you are about to get blessed. All right, we got some big things coming with Stride, so just wanted to give them a shout out real quick. And I think it's time I give a shout to our guests, Tweek and Haz. It's time to join. Hold on, let me add them in the Discord. I just added myself. Isn't there an everyone option? The heck is this crap?
It's not often we have white people in here.
There's one of them.
It's like a Pikmin.
I know. Okay, Haz?
Gyms, what the heck?
Bonjour, Jim.
Bonjour, Jim. What's up?
What's good?
Should we turn our cameras on?
Yeah, you probably should turn your camera.
I'm so offended that Tweek's picture is a Shy Guy, but it's not the Black Shy Guy.
What? Why would it need the... Wait, is
the
it
Black
only one Shy Guy?
The Black Shy Guy. Everyone knows about the Black Shy Guy.
Oh, you're talking about the boss one. Yeah, that's true. There is the boss one. All right, there it is. Look at my friends looking all good. Look at my friends looking
clean
all
your
good.
room. I mean, hey, how's it going?
I know you're not talking to me. What up?
It's actually pretty clean.
Don't let them bully you.
It's all right.
Okay? Don't let them bully you.
Phil, I fucking heard what you said on our podcast, you asshole.
What did I say?
I'm only hopping on if Haz is in here. Fuck you. Now I'm here.
Oh, were you not on that episode?
He was not.
No. I was flying to Paris.
Oh man! Well, welcome to
so mad. I literally turned the episode off. I downloaded the episode of Tweek Talks to listen to while I was traveling to Paris, or when I was going to walk or some shit. I heard that. I was like, all right, I'm out. I'm not giving this guy any listens. I hope that episode tanks.
Are you sober?
It was a good episode.
Me?
I mean, are you happy to be here?
Wait, why are we doing all these interrogations? I know we're live on Twitch, but I promise you this ain't Everclear. It's just water.
I thought it was a bottle of wine, just taking a sippy.
Just taking a sippy. Well, I want to get into how you guys are doing because I know all three of you were at Tera. It was an awesome event to watch. I'm sure you had a lot of fun. But what was your experience over there? I mean, I've been to France before. And great community, terrible food, and the streets smell like pee a lot of times. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty good. How was your experience? Let's start with Tweek while he collects himself.
He's falling out of his chair already.
Man.
Sheesh.
How are the snack wraps?
For me, the jet lag was just difficult. I got there mad early, and I still just never adjusted. But I think we had a good time. I was really tempted to just because I was sitting next to Glutto a bunch, and I just wanted to tell him bro, you talked all this shit and it's like low key not better.
Yep.
Oh, France? Bro, I had
Yeah.
a great time. Y'all were too busy eating McDonald's. I don't understand.
You ate McDonald's.
I had one time at 2 in the morning. I had one time at 2 in the morning. That's allowed. That's allowed. Everyone gets one. All right.
I had like 6.
You had so many crack wraps, bro. Double digits, man.
All right. Well, I think what Tweek said is the censored version of how I feel about France. I think, you know, I had a pretty solid time overall. It was a pretty eventful weekend. But I gotta say, you're pretty spot on, Phil. It's almost like you were there. It definitely smelled pissy, you know? It definitely smelled pissy. And definitely was not my cup of tea. I was also, me and Tweek were together a good amount this week, and I complained a good amount about the jet lag too, just because I've never traveled that far before. But like combined with that, the venue had a very interesting musk.
Mm.
and that was pretty affecting on me. But
Well,
yeah.
it was like 1,000 degrees in the venue was another thing. I'm sure everyone saw that on Twitter this weekend. And gamer stench is a universal global thing, it turns out. So
Damn, did
Yeah.
it really smell? Like, was it bad? Bad?
I mean, it was a hot venue with gamers in it, bro. Like, I don't know what you expect. It didn't smell good. What do you think?
Yeah, your cover-ups are so good because the word I would use for that is potent. That
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
Anyways,
fun, bro.
I'll say this though,
Obviously.
the fans, and what I mean by the fans, not the cheering. The cheering was toxic. I don't give a fuck. We could talk more about that later. But the fans themselves, like the amount of people who walked up to me that weekend, I'm sure it happened to you too, Tweek. It was actually like overwhelming, like way more pictures than I've ever took compared to SmashCon.
Just
Yeah,
like
it
that's
was
right,
great.
not Haz. That's right. Yep, Haz.
No, definitely not.
You're a
I
background
did, bro.
character.
I had so many actually. It was amazing. More than Paris. Not as many as Tweek though. I'll admit it.
Sure.
Okay, so
That's close.
you mentioned the pictures. Tweek, at what point were you ready to tell people to just fuck off?
You know,
I mean, I don't say no to people.
he doesn't.
He's trying
don't.
so hard. No, yo, he's right though.
That's how we got
I'm
him
not-
on the show.
Because Paris was pissed.
Tell
Why
the
you
truth,
gotta put
Light.
me on the spot?
Tell the
No.
truth.
He
No.
kept turning to me and he was like, bro, like this shit is not stopping. But I don't say no to people.
Okay, so fun fact, I actually did not say no once this weekend. I told myself I might not be here for a long time, so I'm gonna say yes even if I'm annoyed. But there was definitely this one interaction that I literally looked at Tweek and I was like, if one more fucking person walks up to me and asks for a picture, and as someone did that, they were like, hey, like, can I get a picture? And I turned around and I was like, sure.
Yeah. You got to do it. They were so excited. They were legitimately so excited to see you guys because I think some of them truly thought this is never going to fucking happen. Like, I'm never going to meet Light. I'm never going to meet Tweek. I'm never going to meet Hazmat. You know, the big three, obviously.
The big three. The big three.
Yeah, for
as they were calling us Grand Etoile, you know, that's what they were saying all weekend. It was so annoying, right, guys? Signing, so my hand still hurts, right?
Shut the fuck up. No, but just the fans were, like I said, the fans were amazing in terms of signatures and stuff. I wasn't really annoyed at them. It was more like a combination of like, you know, like you're competing. It's hot as hell. I wanted,
It was mostly the heat.
I wanted social distancing at this event, bro. Like I could not handle this. Yeah.
You know what's actually funny? I haven't mentioned this, but I do physical therapy for my tendonitis, and I had a conversation with them, and they were trying to recommend me to have a different signature when I sign things, because I mentioned that I'm like signing a lot of stuff throughout the weekend, and they want like something like faster, like just like one stroke kind of thing.
How's
And
your stroke, Tweek?
I still haven't came up with anything. I just like ruined the episode by randomly saying something.
No, it's just a random fact. I appreciate that.
No,
I
love that.
I was
You're
gonna
a
say,
podcaster. Don't overthink it.
you're the original
like such
podcaster,
a-
bro.
It sounds like such a first world problem type of thing where it's like, yeah, like my hand hurts from signing too many autographs.
No, I definitely agree with that. There was a lot of autographs to be signed. Honestly, like I said, it was a crazy amount. I want to talk about the fans, and I know you guys heard about the rigged brackets. Haz, you're 100% on board that those brackets were rigged.
I am, yeah. I said it too. I said it on the mic 1,000 times. I don't know why this is stressing you out. They clearly did this, and also I don't care. Like I truly don't care. First off, it didn't really matter. The only match that did happen that they tried to make happen was Bloom versus Zomba, which was in losers anyway.
Yep.
And it happened the way we thought it would because that matchup is terrible and Bloom's very good.
Yep.
I don't care, really. I don't. I think that it happens in pretty much every venue, every major that ever happens. Maybe not that outstanding, but it does definitely happen. And it's like, oh, this hidden hero, like this hidden boss suddenly beat like a top 20 player. How did that happen? And the matchup's like really good, and their practice partner plays against that character all the time. This shit happens. I don't really care if that's well. I also didn't compete, so I guess it's a little easier for me to say.
Yeah,
but from the standpoint, whatever, it all worked out. And the other thing is, you could rig the bracket all you want. It didn't matter for a lot of them because a lot of the setup matches or like dream matchups they wanted didn't even happen because like Lugi got upset very early. Was a big one. And actually Zamba got upset before he played against Bloom too. So, and I think, I don't know what happened to yours. Oh, yours was Lugi, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, it was very interesting too.
Did he lose to a Steve or something?
Big Chungus, the GOAT, the best Steve in the world, baby. So the thing that was interesting about Lugi is that I was actually pretty ready for him. I wasn't really scared at all.
Yeah.
I did play a friendly with him the day before the bracket started because I was just curious, you know. I want to know what all the talk was, and I asked him if he wanted to play a single game, and he was pretty good, but I won the game, and it honestly made me realize I could learn a lot about a person in one game, and it made me feel like I knew what I needed to know going into the bracket. It made me a lot less nervous. I also played against the Wario that beat Zomba. He was pretty good too. I beat him too. But,
very good.
But he's definitely a solid player, and I'm pretty sure he's like young too.
He's like the Glutto prodigy, basically, except he picked up Steve. So
yeah,
a little bit.
Glutto told me a lot about him while we were in Hawaii, actually. So
you've been known about him. It's not like a recent thing.
Yeah. But he plays a lot more Steve nowadays, so it like makes Glutto sad.
He plays Wario like a crackhead, though. I'm not gonna lie. He plays it like very weird. I was gonna say though, I think the bracket rigging, in a sense, didn't matter too much to me once I started the bracket. Like, it really bothered me before going to the bracket, but once the bracket started, it didn't bother me because when I noticed that it was me, Tweek, and Zomba that went to this event, I had such an ego. I was like, hold up, this is top 3 in America, bro. Like, we're not gonna lose to you guys. Like, you got like, my mindset was like, it was -2 matchups, but I'm like, we're so much better than you guys. I'm not, and they're probably not gonna say that, but I'm gonna say, I'm just like, we're better, bro. Like, I mean, Glutony, I'm used to losing to Wario. I hate Wario. That's the bane of my existence. But like, I didn't think I was gonna lose to their average player, you know? Like, Bloom was fantastic. I wish I did get to fight Lugi, but I really wasn't scared, and I can confidently say that I did not break a sweat until Bloom. And once I adapted to what Bloom was doing to me, I was like pretty confident. Like, I wasn't really stressed about it. I wasn't stressed until I fought Tweek, honestly.
Damn.
That was my other main point was they have to get to you, which didn't happen in a lot of cases. Then they have to beat you anyway. And it's like, all right. And the thing is everyone sees the brackets ahead of time. And I know, I'm pretty sure you were practicing against Steve, right, Tweek? Because that was one of your projected matches that was coming up.
Yeah, I was like studying for all my opponents, like watching some of their recent matches and just playing a lot of Smash as well. I still don't am not convinced it was rigged though.
No, you know why?
No, Gavin,
wait, you know why? I know why he thinks that though.
Okay, let's hear it.
And I thought about this too because Zomba
pull up the seating. Hold on.
Bro, you know why Tweek doesn't think it was rigged? Because Tweek's bracket was fine. You ever think about why Tweek's bracket was fine?
Because they love him.
They love Tweek. Tweek was top 2 and Glutty was top 2, bro. No one hates you, bro. I realized it when we were playing and everyone was cheering Tweek. I was like, I'm not used to that. They're usually cheering for me versus Tweek. What's going on? I was like, what's going on here, bro? And I looked around. I was like, oh, I'm in France. Right, what am I doing here?
So Tweek, you're telling me that Lugi should have been the 14th seed of that tournament? You think that's legit?
I didn't look at like the actual, like I looked at the projected bracket, but for me, I didn't think my bracket was like crazy difficult, so I didn't think it was rigged. Okay, I know what Paris is saying, but I also thought
more evidence.
I also thought some of Glutto's projected bracket was hard too, though.
Who did he have to fight?
He was projected to fight Yoshidora, and I thought that was a pretty tough role.
No, but they already had Raffalo against Yoshidora before that. They knew he was safe.
Yeah, that's a tough match for Yoshi.
Yo, Raffalo, shoutouts to him because honestly, he's actually pretty impressive. Like, I like the way that he plays Palutena, and I got to experience it in Losers Top 8, and I thought he was actually really good. I thought him and Bloom were like, they had so much potential, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think that potential would be more utilized in America?
100%.
Because we're just better?
100%.
It's more consistent, higher level practice, yeah. I mean,
yeah. But probably not right now though, because America, we've been in like our complaining phase about lack of events, all the opportunities we lost, and other countries meanwhile have just been they've been still doing their thing, like that's why Japan, they're so grindy regardless of everything. So
like
Palu Yoshi is really, really bad.
Yeah, it is.
It looked
really
impossible, even though obviously I think Yoshidora is a better player than Raffalo, but not by enough where that -2 wouldn't matter. Yeah, Tweek's like, well, I'm like France's second son here. Everyone loves me over there. I don't know what you guys are talking about. The brackets were rigged. You got two fighting game characters as a Diddy main.
Yeah.
You got Ryu and Andres.
But I wasn't projected to play those people.
Yeah, but they knew. Come on, man.
Dude, they always know, bro. Honestly, I was so happy for you, though. I think I was watching you versus Andreas, and I was sitting next to Hazmat, and I was like, they gave him the Shotos, and I thought about it for 5 seconds, and I was like, well, they didn't give me the Shotos.
Yeah.
I was like, you got it, Tweek. You clear it out.
I'll handle it.
Bro.
Tweek, I think you're just such a fan favorite. Even if they don't intentionally do it, like in the back of their mind, like, we got to make sure our guy is taken care of coming over here because they probably want you to come back. Wasn't that your first time in France?
Yeah.
Of course they're going to want your ass to come back.
That was both of our first time in Europe.
Who? Light?
Yeah.
Man, they don't care about Light like that.
Not at all, bro. They do not give a fuck about me.
It was crazy that, and it's a great comparison between the two of you because, Paris plays the Facile Fox, more of a fan favorite over here. But dude, that was not the case in France. The only person they rooted for louder, and I said this on Tweek Talks, was Glutto, and it was still pretty fucking close, to be honest with you. Like, I was surprised. Like, in Grands, it was probably like 70-30 Glutto Tweek for cheering, which I still think is ridiculous considering it's Glutto after getting ranked like not even top 10, like a huge tournament for him in his backyard, like all this stuff. And there were still people cheering for Gavin quite a bit.
It's weird, by the way. I could never not see Glutto as top 10.
Dude, I know. Yeah, it was. That's why they also compare Yoshidora. He was top 10. Like, hold this -2, Jim.
That's why they put him in the bracket together. They wanted to prove a point. Mm-hmm. See, there's a reason to all of this.
Smart.
You just gotta look for it.
I don't think it was rigged. I'm gonna stand on it.
Okay, Ryu and Ken.
I think Tweek is real for standing 10 toes down on that, and we can leave the bracket rigged or not rigged combo there because I want to talk about the actual bracket and I want to talk about Tweek versus Light, which at one point I said, man, this might be the greatest rivalry that we've had in Smash in a while. Like, these two are just such fan favorite and hard hitting and entertaining players. But I can't remember the last time you actually beat him, Light. So I'm starting to think it's more of a clinic on Tweek. Tweek, would you care to comment on your recent streak of wins against Light?
Yeah, go ahead, pussy.
All right. I think the one at Tera wasn't legitimate. Like, I don't think it was as legitimate as the two before.
Oh wait, do you mean like about how hard you beat me?
Yeah, I think Collision and Battle of BC was a well-deserved victory on my end. But I think Tera, I like bullshitted. But
I think it's very funny that you think that way because I am on the opposite part completely. Because when I played you at Collision and I played you at Battle of BC, I didn't really expect to win. And that's because like I did not have the confidence.
You said that.
Yeah, I said that to you like when those sets happen. Like I didn't have the confidence because I was at a point, I just had a lot of life stuff going on. I took a step back from the game and I wasn't playing. And to beat you, I mean, it's usually at my best, It's usually last hit. Genesis was last hit. And like Level Up Expo, we traded sets there, So like when I was like going against you, running into you so often after Level Up Expo, I thought that was just such bad luck for me. Because I was like, dude, I can top player my way through so many people because like even if I don't play this game, I'm just better than people. I was like, I can't do that versus Tweek. And then when I fought you at Tera, I've been playing this game a lot lately, and the set was really good. I honestly feel like the set was mine to take if I just controlled my greed a little, because you're really good at taking advantage of when people get greedy. That's just literally the essence of you. And when I lost to you, I was just like that sucks, but like that's how that should be. Like that's how close these sets should be to me, because that's how they are even when I win.
Yeah, it was still like fun, but I just felt pretty lucky, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
I think that matchup just stresses you out.
Well, yeah, that matchup sucks.
Nah, I definitely get that.
I'm not on this podcast to say this. This is the wrong podcast to complain about Fox.
No, it's not.
You can complain about anything you want, okay?
Oh man,
bro. Diddy Kong versus Fox is so fucking bad.
Can you explain why? Because Paris, he asked me that. He's like, so you think Diddy Fox is losing for Diddy? I was like, yeah, slightly, you know, like whatever. And he goes, why? And I was like, oh, it just looks really hard. I don't know. I don't play those Jin characters. You know? Can you explain why? It looks like, okay, so here's just like my observation is it feels like he gets ran over like quite a bit. Like the pressure on top of him is really, really hard for him to deal with. Like get off me options are few and far between, except for like
first off, the thing I'm mad at Paris the most for is actually not Diddy Fox. It's when he starts saying Sephiroth Fox is not that bad.
-1.
Oh God.
It's -1.
Because we'll be playing friendlies and like my Sephiroth will win like one game and he'll be like, bro, you really think it's that bad? And I'm just like, please stop. Please stop. But okay, for Diddy Fox, I think a lot of Diddy's intricacies and disadvantage and stuff like that. I think Fox, not only does he not care about it, he usually a lot of his advantage state like beats like all of it at once. You know what I mean?
Talk to him.
Like Fox's general ledge trapping will cover like dealing with a banana and a monkey flip and all of the ledge, like it'll beat everything at once. So like sometimes it's just overwhelming, and obviously his damage output is ridiculous. Like when I'm above Fox, like it doesn't matter if I do a pop gun cancel or if I monkey flip to the other side of the screen, he's going to beat my ass. Like that's what I think. I think it's just overwhelming. And obviously,
damn, Light, how do you lose that shit?
Do you think it's -1 or 2?
I think the way I like to word it is I like to call it Diddy's worst normal matchup.
Okay.
So like it's not like Pac-Man or Duck Hunt, but it's like right after that. So I do think it's -2.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by saying at the lower level and at the mid level, I think this is a -4 matchup for Diddy Kong. I think Diddy Kongs don't have like the brain to like just see a Fox running at them with dash attack and they just don't know what they're doing, you know? But I think at the top level, it is -1 at worst. And the reason I think that is because what defines a negative matchup in my mind is your character is not allowed to play the game the way that they're used to being like able to play the game. And I think that's pretty strong for Diddy Kong in the sense that he can't pull out banana, and banana, his entire game plan revolves around banana, right? That's why I think the matchup is losing for Diddy Kong. However, I think when you see me and Tweek play, you see very often that if you use your normals in a certain type of way that you are able to fend me off. And Diddy Kong does have the proper edge guarding and ledge trapping to like actually deal with Fox's recovery. So that's why I do think it's -1. You do get smothered, but I think you get smothered mainly when you try to pull out banana too preemptively, which is why I don't think it's -2.
It took me a while, but I feel like I do have like the edge guarding down enough to be able to win matches, because I think a lot of Diddy Kong players, they've studied and practiced their ledge trapping so much that I feel like sometimes they don't even try to kill Fox. But like a lot of the time, like my ratio of like ledge trap to edge guard is like completely different than my normal matchups. Like, and that's the same thing. Like a lot of players will like, I feel like they'll expect me to pull banana when you're off stage, and I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna like try to kill you. Like I always tell Diddy Kong players, I'm like, bro, I'm just foaming out the mouth to kill him every time I hit him. Like I don't care about banana. I don't care about, like, if I get an opportunity, I'm going to try to like back air you, down air you off stage, like until you're dead. Like, and I think a conversation we have all the time is a lot of the time when I play you at a tournament, my next set afterwards, I like play terrible because I have like such a way of playing against you that I can't like adjust afterwards, and I'm trying to get better with that. But yeah, it's like there's nothing like playing against Light when it comes to my perspective. I'm sure other top players can maybe say the same thing, but when the matchup's difficult as well, it's like in terms of like my notes, like the notes I have for Light and Fox are the longest out of any player in the world. So
appreciate that.
Yeah. See that, Light? Look at the respect.
It is a compliment for sure.
Look at the respect that you garner from
Hey
Tweek.
man,
Two of my
I just
favorite
happen to be top 2 in America for a reason, you know?
You are top 2, but I think
Tweek's number 1.
Tweek's getting the W's. I mean, so he beat your ass. We already discussed that. But
thanks a lot.
Also,
Did we bring that up yet?
Also took out Sparg0. Hold on, I gotta hear how you beat Sparg0 because I feel there was once upon a time, Tweek, where I invited you to a tournament and you asked me specifically, is Sparg0 going? I was like, what does that matter? He's like, I just want to play him. I'm going, anything Sparg0 goes to, I'll be at. So it seems like you are definitely dedicated to being able to prove that you can handle business against Sparg0, which you did in a Game 5 crazy comeback. How did you do it, Slim Reaper? How did you overcome the literal android of Smash Ultimate?
Yeah, it does feel like an android a little bit.
It's cracked.
Yeah, I think the reason I want to play him so bad is not only do we go back and forth, it's also I talk about this on the show a lot, and I actually think it's good, the questions you're asking me, because I actually didn't talk about my bracket run specifically that much on our podcast.
Tweek Talks every Tuesday.
Yeah, Wednesday morning.
Oh, they record Tuesday, we release Wednesday. Sorry.
Real fan. You knew when we record. That's how much of a fan you are.
That's even more impressive. But I always talk about how Sparg0's always waiting for someone in like winter semis, winners finals. And I just want to make sure I get to him, but I don't always get to him. So it always feels like such a great opportunity when I actually make it to him. And yeah, I also, in my brain, I want to play like Sparg0 and Aquila because they're the best. And I hate when I like miss an opportunity to. But I also if we're talking like second amount of notes, it's Light and then Sparg0. So I just thought I had a lot to be prepared for. I also watched Aaron versus Sparg0, so I had a little bit of extra stuff. I talked with Aaron. And I tried to take a little bit of what he did, but by the end of it, I feel like I just went with my own gameplay to finish it out. But I also think that matchup is low-key not that hard, not that easy for Diddy. Like on paper, usually he does so well versus all the swords, but some of the faster sword characters I have a hard time with. So it feels like a really even matchup versus like someone who's potentially the best in the world. Yeah, and I also lost at Collision, which sucked to lose like in my own region. But that one also, I felt like I got lucky. I'm not gonna lie.
Dang!
It's just close, so you feel that way.
Yeah. The thing I'll say, the thing I loved about the Sparg0 set is you dropped that confirm on the center platform the first time you went for it, and then to close out the set, you hit it with the little charge at the end too. So it's like not only did you miss it the first time, but you went for it again when the game was on the line and you hit it. And the one against Light too was the clutch game one is what I thought of, because
it was amazing. Oh my god!
Especially when Light is playing that well and that fast, to keep up with him, it feels fucking impossible for like any opponents. And when you were trying to fight from that position, it felt like, all right, game one's over, like whatever. But you just won. Like it just came out of nowhere. It was ridiculous. I actually have, and I'll send you guys these files too. Live crowd reactions of most of that set and a couple other sets too, because the crowd obviously in Paris was insane. So I'll make sure I'll send that. I don't know if you guys do bonus content or whatever.
The scary thing about Sparg0 is he plays a character like that's fast, but not like Fox fast. But when I'm playing though, like Light and Sparg0, they're like both like just the fastest players in the world. So it's just ridiculous to deal with. That's another matchup where finding out when to pull banana and how to use it is difficult as well, because they're so overwhelming and you want to make the most of your opportunities. But it's hard to tell if it should be with your normals or with banana. But yeah, I'm glad I closed it out. I was surprised he ran it back to Hollow Bastion because I actually really love that stage. But I don't think Sparg0's much of a stage guy. I'm not really much of a stage guy either. I mean, surprisingly, a lot of people, like the best players in the world, really don't care what stage you go to most of the time. Like, there's like the glaring stuff, like you know, they don't want to fight Mario on Battlefield or something like that. But a lot of the time, like if it doesn't feel like they're like super giving themselves a weakness, they'll probably go wherever, even if they're lost on that stage in that set. But yeah, I was a little surprised at going back to Hollow Game 5, but you know, in the games I was losing, it felt like I was kind of just getting bodied, so maybe I'm overthinking it. But yeah, I was glad to get a W on Sparg0. I think I've lost the last couple times and all that, so
well,
fun fact, I actually was going to go DK after going down 2-1. I'm not kidding.
And DK is crazy,
I believe
bro.
you.
Yeah, Paris knows about the DK.
You think he knows about up air?
I think, is it Marcus and I who both separately said that it's your best character, and then we both said it together? Is that how that worked?
Probably. Marcus has been saying it since Ultimate came out.
It's unreal. Because everyone thinks they're good at the DK matchup, and they play your DK, and they get 2 stocked. It's like, what the fuck? Wait, what?
Nah, man, I wouldn't want to fight that DK, bro. Keep me at the Diddy Kong.
That's mean.
I was gonna say though, you should definitely have more confidence. I feel like you say that now, like you feel like you got lucky. But I feel like if you could see yourself at that moment, like when you pop off and you won, if you could see your own face, it's definitely like I know you can't say it, so I'll say it for you. It's definitely like that I'm that nigga face. Like
Tweek, you kind of are that nigga, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm not, bro. I remember when because I had to play after you. I had to fight Raflo. You walked off stage after you popped off, and me and you walked by each other, and you gave me like that as we walked by each other, and I looked back, I was like, Dad? I was like, this guy is emitting big dick energy right now, bro. You just felt like you were so confident. So I think you say you're lucky now, but like when you win those, you know you deserved it, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And I think
I appreciate that. It's
good.
It's funny because in my family, I was always considered like not as competitive, like more chill, like compared to my brother and my dad, because they're like, this isn't my podcast, so they'll never see this, but they're like ragers and they're like super competitive. Like their whole lives, like big on sports, like my brother would like break records in high school, like play like every sport at the same time. Like my dad was like a ridiculous athlete without even trying, like all this stuff. And I was good at stuff. Like I did basketball. I was big on running and all that. And like I'm pretty athletic, but I like never found something that I super cared about. So like I feel like it low-key disappointed my dad. But when I play Smash and like I let out those crazy emotions, I'm like, what the fuck? Like I guess I actually am like my dad and my brother, you know?
Yeah.
And then over the years, I realized I'm like, dude, I might be worse than them with this stuff. Like, I might have like even more fire than them. You know what I mean? So that was like always a weird realization. Like, those moments are always interesting to me because it feels like I'm making up for lost time where I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. You know?
Yeah.
I think you're getting to that point where you realize, you know what? I didn't get lucky. He got. Okay, that's what it comes down to. You beat him so bad. I think Sparg0 might have deactivated his Twitter again, which is the perfect time to go ahead and give a shout to our segue, BetterHelp. This could be exactly what Sparg0 needs to get that mentality back on track. Now, let me tell you something about Better Call Help, okay? This episode of Lights Out is actually brought to you by our friends at BetterHelp, reminding you to give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/lightsout, baby. It's the best gift you can give yourself. I don't care if you're main Diddy or your main Cloud, whether you're dealing with decisions around your career, relationships, or anything else. Therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life so you can move forward at any time, okay? I'm telling you, Therapy is something that's so underappreciated. And the best part about this, guys, it's online, which means it's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out the brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge if you're not feeling it, okay? Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/lightsout today to get 10% off your first month. That's more than a cross slash does sometimes. That's BetterHelp.com/lightsout. We'll see you there. Yeah.
I'm so sorry that you guys had to witness that, but I've been dealing with this for like the past 5 episodes.
I watch the show every week. I forgot. I knew it was coming, but I forgot it was coming. You know,
I think I actually really appreciated from Sparg0 after he played the finals. No, I'm trying to make up for the insult.
No. Before you go on, it's like you literally, it's like that ad never happened. You just literally continued to laugh.
Tweek paused the episode in his head.
That's what I do with Phil's like stuff. Like I just move on. Like that's what I've been doing this whole time.
You just leave,
except the one time at the movies where I like actually got mad at him.
I know that leaving the Discord call is on the table, like 1,000%. Like just you're gone. Like your picture's just not here anymore.
But I wanted to thank Sparg0. After losers finals, he walked off the stage and he like fist bumped me and said good luck. And we're like not even close like that. So I thought that was really cool. And it makes me even more mad that I lost now that I'm thinking about this. But yeah, I thought that was cool from him because he's like, you know, a young kid that just lost and he's like still has like the mental energy to do something like that for me. So thank you very much. Because I don't know if I would do the same. I would just walk past him.
You look at him, au revoir, Jim.
At the end of the day, you're all still NA.
I'm just trying to get out as fast as possible. But
yeah, France, right?
Oh, yeah, get out of France or the tournament? What the heck?
The venue.
There we go. That makes more sense because getting that France scene is awesome. Sounds like your bracket runs were great. You know, I don't know. I don't want to touch on this if you're not comfortable talking about it, Tweek. But I mean, obviously, you did get second place to Glutto. And I said I was watching because I was at Nintendo Live this past weekend. But I woke up early to watch that top 8 because 2 of my best buds were in it. You two. I was like, I'm gonna wake up for this, and I was really happy to see how it went down until. And I want to preface this comment by saying I like Glutto. Very nice guy. I never had. He took out Ken for me at Delfino Mazza. I'm always gonna be indebted to Glutto. Thank you, brother. But the way he won that tournament was some bullshit. Outplayed 95% of game 5, second set. And then that damn 5%, that waft was everything, bro. I couldn't believe you whiffed and he wafted and that was the tournament. I couldn't believe it. But it happened, Tweek. In that moment, what did it feel like?
Why do you preach like you're at a black church? Why do you do this?
Because when we have white guests, we want them to come back.
All right, anyways.
Yeah.
It's working.
So it's interesting with me and Glutto. So Glutto is my favorite player. I've actually been watching him since before I was even going to tournaments. Like when he was really young playing Brawl, I was like a big fan. So it's actually weird how all of that stuff connects. But I also have a lot of history with Wario. I've been playing Wario pretty much my whole life when I've been playing competitive Smash. And I've played Wario at the same time as Glutto, obviously, because he's been playing Glutto since day one. So he's always been my favorite player. We've played a bunch of sets in Ultimate in a bunch of different matchups just because I've played a bunch of different characters. We've done the Wario Ditto. We've done Pokemon Trainer, Wolf, Diddy. And I've beaten him with like all of my characters and all that. I think I'm pretty good against Wario. I think something that's interesting about Glutto, kind of like someone like a Sparg0 or Leo or Light, is like once they get a grasp on something, it's like almost impossible to beat them. And I feel like with Glutto, that's the case too. He's beat me the last few times, and it feels like once he gets a handle on something, he gets way too confident, and it's like really, really scary.
Yeah.
He's also known to be like a monster when it comes to adapting or like being like super goated in friendlies. Like he's like that type of guy. But the interesting thing is I was always the pessimistic Wario player, and he's always been like more optimistic. But we've always like taught and helped each other and talked. And I got a lot closer with him in Hawaii because a lot of the time we were there just for vacation, so we hung out a lot. So I love talking to him about the game. I also just think Wario's like such a difficult character to play, and I think his moveset is amazing. I think he's such a unique character. I just love that character. But part of it feels like karma, because I actually think my lineup nowadays actually loses to Wario way harder than it ever has in the past. So it's like all my shit saying Wario was like trash is like coming back to haunt me, because I think Diddy loses, and I actually think Sephiroth straight up loses too, which is pretty funny. But looking back at the set, I don't mind that I lost anymore now that I reviewed it, because I think I played the matchup really poorly. I think going back to like being so prepared for Sparg0 and Light, it made it really. I took a bunch of like extra notes because I feel like I played it completely incorrectly. I'm glad I still almost won, and like there was a couple games where I had some crazy momentum, but I still think it was brute force. I don't think I was actually playing the matchup well.
Gotcha.
But I think he's been playing the Diddy Kong matchup really well, because at one point he actually wasn't really comfortable in it. I won like the first few times we played when I started playing Diddy. But yeah, the way it ended, like I'm not even mad at the ending. Like it was more so just about the loss itself. And I still got 3-0'd in set 1, to be honest. Like low-key, I should have pulled out the DK in set 1 just for fun, low-key.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you consider DK or Sephiroth at any point in time, or was it just like you're just?
I haven't considered Sephiroth against him in a while, because the one time I've ever done it, it was really fucking bad. Okay. And the last time I did it in friendlies, it was really bad too. And he had even more specific counterplay that I didn't even know existed. Wario can back air Octaslash to ledge. That's like, he can come in right as Sephiroth is about to grab ledge when the hitboxes are gone, and he can just back air the ledge and you die.
He's top 10. You can't tell me different.
Of course you feel that way.
Of course I feel that way. That character's been haunting me since the dawn of time. I gotta ask you something real quick, Tweek, because I notice that you often talk about like me, Sparg0, Glutto, and this is not the first time I heard you talk about this, but you talk about like how we have a grasp on things, and you know, like we start to landslide people, which I don't disagree with. I know that about my play. I know that about their play. Do you ever think about that for yourself?
Wait, can you ask that again? I'm not sure.
The way you talk about how me, Sparg0, and Glutto, like once we get a grasp on things, we landslide things, the type of players we are. Like, do you think about that for yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because you're 100% in that field. I'd actually say you're probably the hardest player to get a grasp on, like compared to any player. And I think, because Diddy Kong I think is good, but I think this is probably the worst. Not counting Sephiroth, because he's not like your main; he's like your secondary. But Diddy Kong is probably the worst main you've had in like all of Ultimate.
Like the meta is probably,
yeah, this is probably the worst main you had. So I feel like that probably plays a big part in why people beat you or why people like sometimes figure you out. But I feel like in those times where you're playing like top tiers, it's definitely like way more noticeable how hard it is to figure you out compared to every other player.
Yeah, I've talked about this a bunch. I do think I might have like a bit of a strange, like unorthodox style and approach to some things. I also think sometimes that's a weakness in other parts of Smash. Like I've always thought I might be one of the weaker doubles players out of like the top echelon of Smash players. I think I'm pretty hard to like understand and pair up with. But I do think if I get a grasp on something, it's pretty difficult. Sometimes you know, if I understand someone, even if they're like a top ranked player, I could play someone for a couple hours and they might not be able to win any games if I just understand something. But I don't know. Sometimes it feels like I rely on that a little too heavily. I might not be as much of a quick adapter. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about everything, but I do think it definitely applies.
Yeah. It's just
I think if in my head I'm convinced that this matchup is like really, really good for me, whether it's head like a player to player or like a character thing, I feel like it gets really good. I don't know. I definitely have some momentum going, but sometimes I actually, if I play someone a million times, I start to overthink things as well. And maybe I'm a bit of an overthinker compared to some of the other guys, because for example, since we play all the time, sometimes I go into a set really, really nervous because I think oh, I can't do any of the stuff that I get away with for someone else. That's like a tricky gimmick.
Yeah.
And whether that's true or not, like I just have that lack of confidence in my decision making sometimes versus people. Like I play Jackal like a million times, and sometimes I'm just convinced I like can't do anything gimmicky or else I'll lose, like type of stuff. But I think I'm definitely the type to have some momentum if I understand someone. But I think maybe sometimes I prefer just playing someone for the first time because I just like unload my entire bag of tricks and like I'm just like, no way you'll ever beat me the first time.
You're a piece
like,
of shit.
Like if I'm playing Diddy and you're playing me for the first time and I'm just like going to town on my controller, like there's like I'm gonna win.
I've played because I play you a lot, and I played other Diddies after. I'm like, oh, I'm good. I know the matchup. They don't do like half of the things that you do, so I like line myself up to like specifically punish like the B reverse pop gun like stuff off platform, and they just don't do anything. And I just let them get away for free because you do so much different shit, like so and consistently too. It's wild, man.
It really is. It sounds like overall, though, your Tera experience was a memorable one, and that's what I love to hear. I'm glad you two went there and found some success. The other member of our podcast,
just two
the players, not the obviously you and Humming were a great commentary pair. Love the biases. That was really funny.
I actually do want to say good job because I did review like some of my sets, so I was listening. Great job. Your energy was like very, very high. I think it was accurate to match the crowd that way, you know what I mean?
Nah.
Yeah, it was almost impossible not to at one point. And it I told you this, I said this on Tweek Talks, but I seriously, that one clip of HBox where he pops off and passes out, I thought that was gonna happen to me when you beat Sparg0. Like if you go back and listen to that shit, I'm like running out. It first off, it was like 110 fucking degrees in there. Like I'm yelling at the top of my lungs, and like I'm also like really into the match, you know. So it's all there was a lot going on there. So I thought I was gonna do the old, you know.
I want to ask Paris, did your controller feel weird because of the heat? Like at one point, it thought I was holding a liquid. Like
it felt that way, not on stream.
Like I thought I was holding a goop.
No, okay, no, like my hands got super like hard to like. Not in the mainstream. It happened to me. Actually, early day mainstream it did. It didn't happen to me during top 8. Top 8, I was just too locked in to like overthink those types of things, if that makes sense. But I was definitely overthinking stuff like that. Like my hands were getting sweaty because it was hot as shit. I don't know. Sometimes when venues are like hot as shit or like it smells bad, I feel like I look at that and I'm like, this is terrible. But I try not. I feel like I'm like mentally fighting myself. I'm like, do I use this as an excuse if I lose? Don't use this as an excuse if you lose. Like I try not to do that, but it's so hard not to because like it's just it's a valid excuse, but like I try not to worry. I'm like, just don't lose, you know?
There's no positive of you saying that. You know
yeah, no,
I mean?
for
There's
sure.
Nothing good, even if it's true, and even if you feel that way and it's true, it doesn't fucking matter.
It crosses the mind though because you know you're nervous, you know. I was gonna say that I did not listen to any of the commentary from your side, Haz. I'm sorry about that, but I heard there was some bias on it, and all I thought to myself was there was enough bias in the crowd. I can't listen to the bias on the mic, bro. I'm a punch a pigeon, bro. I can't do this anymore,
dude. I got you know how many times when you guys were playing, you know how many people asked me who I was rooting for? I was like, what the fuck? Go away.
Yeah, no, literally, man.
I'm not saying.
So that's the last thing I want to personally ask. How did you guys feel? I mean, Tweek, you had a great time. You're their kid, bro. How did you feel about the crowd, Haz?
Oh, I loved it, dude. You must not listen to Tweek Talks. That's okay, though.
No, I actually do listen to Tweek Talks. I just didn't watch the last episode.
90 minutes. Give us a break.
He'll say he's saving it for the gym.
It is a long one. Yeah, it was a really good episode. I was very happy with how that all worked out. And Gavin has never missed an episode. Phil, have you made every episode of Lights Out?
I've only missed one episode, and it was a Metafy episode. It was a Metafy episode.
Main episode.
Still though, 120 episodes, he hasn't missed one, bro. Like that is truly impressive. Like,
but you said Tweek hasn't missed one?
He hasn't missed a single one.
That's cap. I fucking filled in for him.
Uh-oh.
Are you kidding me?
Gavin.
Are you kidding me?
Bro, you got filled in with a black man. It was our episode.
I was the one who said it, bro. I didn't remember.
Don't worry, I did because my black ass was there.
Okay, going back, the crowd. How do you feel?
Yeah, I loved it, man. I think it was one of the main reasons I wanted to go there because I feel like they have the best crowds. I always say the second best crowds are Florida crowds. Shout out to Florida crowds. I think they're very fun. I played against them for many years and been around them for a long time. They're very, very fun.
Yep.
But EU, golly, like they just the energy, like they like coordinate shit and like get ready with all these chants. Like I was talking to who's I talking to about this? Fabs. I was talking to Fabs about this because remember when Iken did well at Regen a few weeks ago? Like the British guys came up with a thing because they're always like, you know, they're like rhyming and coming up with all these crazy things to chant. There's like, I can, you can, we all can, like, because Iken was doing well. So like they had this just a chant for Iken, like that they came up with on the fly. They're so like we could never do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think we have a lot to learn from the crowds. I think they're amazing. I don't feel like the United States, like, or NA period, is unified like that either. Like if we were, I don't know, it was an NA crowd, same kind of top 8, no one's like specifically really getting cheered for, you know, not like that at least. So and a part of that I think is that we've had so many big top 8s and so many big tournaments. We have one like every weekend where we're kind of desensitized to it a little bit. And I love that feeling being at Tera where it felt so fresh that everyone really cared about every hit and every stock and every scenario. Like I don't know. I love that shit. I'm a nerd like that. I love that stuff.
I agree, and I think it was a couple components that really led into it. One, the matches were all compelling. It featured players that fans generally care about. And two, I got to give a shout out to whoever that guy. His name escapes me. Whoever was emceeing was fantastic. He was great at energizing that crowd, and I really appreciate that. And I think at one point they turned on the crowd mic so like it went through the stream more seamlessly, which I appreciated because that guy was definitely doing his thing. I want to give a big shout out to him, man. They need to have him MC everything over there.
Wait, not Rose. And I casted with him. He was a good caster as well. But I think better as an MC, but that's not really saying that because his MC work was so good.
Someone said Glutto versus Tweek and Tri-State wouldn't have the same crowd, and they're like surprised that we're saying this. Nope. It has happened, and no, not even close.
I'm just gonna say it. Maybe I should keep my opinion to myself because compared to you guys, I am a fucking hater.
I think you should remember we're unfiltered, and you need to say what you're about to say.
All right, I'm gonna start off by saying this crowd was good. It was a good crowd.
It was amazing.
I think the crowd was pretty good. Holy disrespectful, bro. Holy, bro, holy, no, I don't give a fuck, bro. There's a difference between a big crowd and an amazing crowd. That was a big crowd. It was good sometimes, you know. I thought the whole, like, man, of course they're cheering for their people, and I love that for them. I love that for them so much, but I wanted to fight people when they started saying like thank you in French to people as they're losing.
They meant it truly though. It's not.
I don't care, bro. We're competitors, bro. I don't give a fuck about
They want to express truly because I heard that they.
Bro, hear that on your last stock.
Yeah,
hear that on your last stock.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, if I hear that on my last stock, oh my god, bro.
They didn't do it to Sparg0 until after he lost though, and it's supposed to be a true sign of respect, is what I heard. But I kind of like the way you took it. It's really fucking funny.
Bro,
like, thanks for coming, Jim.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't take it like they got to stop that. But, bro, it made me want to go back and just shit on all of them, bro. And you know what the best part was? And this is my favorite takeaway from this tournament. I lost to Tweek and Glutto. I know I don't got to go back to fight those people. If I lost to someone I had to go back to fight, I would have been in shambles, but none of them are good enough.
Or some shit.
None of them are good enough. I don't gotta go back. You want to fight me? Bro. You gotta come to me now, bro. Bro, I can't wait to be back and fight Glutto in the States. I'm gonna be like, you're not home anymore, you Jim. I can't wait for it, bro. I'm waiting for the day. Yeah, so that's how I feel about that crowd. It's like,
merci beaucoup. Au revoir, Jim. Enjoy your flight home.
I think the crowd was amazing.
You're basically French. You're basically French.
Your crowd.
Once I had the realization that they treat this shit like soccer, I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Having the idea of like they care about Smash to the point where they're treating it like something as worldwide as soccer, like that made me feel like I was doing something that is important.
That's true.
Like I'm doing something that has meaning.
Let's go chill.
And like the fact that you look at your Shaq and you're like,
Huh?
Then you look at your check and you're like, maybe this isn't that important.
The one that got me is they were a very engaged crowd and like smart. Like they cared about like small things. I think they were cheering for Ruffalo, and he like got out of the corner at one point, and they all like kind of started clapping and cheering. Like it wasn't like he hit a huge combo and like it popped off or anything. Cool. It was like they understood parts of the game that really matter that aren't necessarily super apparent to other crowds, which I really appreciated. I thought that was really cool.
Like cool. 100% agree with you. I think my last thing, and shouts again to just Tera in general, looked like an amazing event. I don't often wake up to just watch a top 8 for no reason, so they definitely did something right at that event. So kudos to everybody involved there and all the players. Has anybody though heard any word from Cosmos? Because I was checking, I double checked that bracket for top 8 and I didn't see him there. So I'm just wondering, I'm just wondering if that 500 is on its way. I mean, he hasn't said anything in the group chat. He's not taking my calls. I'm just wondering where my guy is. I know he didn't get on the plane to come back, but has anyone heard him?
I think because he's in EU still, he has to pay you €500 now, which is a little bit better. So I think that's how it works. I saw him one time exactly.
Wait, was there a birthday?
What? You don't know? Wow.
Wait, Tweek, are you serious? So like for the last 3 months, I bet Cosmos like 3 or 4 events. I gave him a chance to top 8. If he made top 8, I give him 500. If he didn't, he owes me 500. Time's up. TikTok.
Eesh.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but Cosmos has truthfully become a gym.
I saw Cosmos once. I didn't see him the rest of the event. I saw him. It was his birthday. I was like, happy birthday. We were at the hotel bar. I was like, happy birthday, man.
I'm on this show, so I should say this.
Let's hear it.
Cosmos, don't listen to anyone. Inkling is super fucking good, bro.
That's what go Tweek.
We're strong, man.
Inkling is super fucking good.
Tweek's over here saying Inkling's good. He wants Cosmos to keep maining him.
Wait,
are you telling on Chuck?
Yeah, Chuck's right there.
I'm out. If Charles's face shows up in that fucking camera, bro. If Charles shows up in that fucking camera, I'm out.
Okay.
Wait. You know why he picked up Inkling again, right?
Nasty.
What up?
Oh no!
That Jim right there. He's spreading propaganda.
Oh my god!
What
Look
the
at my Twitter.
hell?
I talked with Inkling directly. All right. Inkling
he
themselves said to just don't do it. It's not worth it.
He's not lying.
All right, wait. Someone get Marcus in this.
Inkling,
Hold on.
I discussed Cosmos.
I just want to say, I was in pure, like, I was in heaven when Ultimate first came out. I was playing. I hadn't lost any matches yet. I was going whatever character I wanted. I was feeling good. And then when Cosmos played me with Inkling, bro, that shit brought me back to Earth.
Gavin, that was fucking 10 years ago.
He's right though.
I hate that character, bro.
Oh, I do too.
Tweek, you are my boy because I am the one who
and like got top 8. I remember.
Yes,
I remember
when Cosmos was the best Pyramithra in the world? That was
like 4 years ago.
It was like 2. It was
closer
like
than
2.
10. Closer than 10.
Bro, you can play both characters. I don't care. But Inkling is good, and I would never listen to this community. You want to know why? This isn't about you guys in the call. This is about the general Smash community.
Yeah.
We live in a world where people say Cloud isn't broken.
Yeah, he's right.
True.
He's actually right
Most
about that.
people, like the majority, say he's not that good. So why would I listen to anyone ever, period, other than myself?
We live in a world where people say Fox is top 3. Good point, Tweek.
Listen, the only thing I will say is Inkling was good enough to win me $500, so I don't care. That's
Wait,
good
we got Charles back. I'm adding Marcus to this call. Let's go.
Bro, we actually... Nobody knows this, but me and Phil actually concocted a plan. It was I convinced Cosmos to pick up Inkling, and then they make the bet.
Yeah, I'll send you that $250 when I get a chance.
Damn.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that shit, bro? Yeah. Last thing I do want to say about Tera. All jokes aside, I had a great time. It was a good event, good competition. It was fun. You know, I gotta talk my shit. If there was anything I'd say to improve on, I really do wish there was open audio for like the game on the stage, because I am someone who doesn't play with headphones in. I do like to listen to the crowd. I love it, even when they cheer against me, you know, it gets me riled up. But I think playing the game with the audio, even listening, like as a spectator when I'm not on top 8, watching it with the audio makes it a lot better. It makes everyone immersed in the game. I truly believe everyone in this world plays better when you get to hear your like inputs and all that shit. So I really do hope if I go to France again, like the experience I have, they have open audio for the top 8, or anytime I'm on the main
At some point, like at the very end, it changed. Like in the last, I think mid set, I went from no audio to audio. I'm pretty sure.
Zappa said something similar too when we were talking to him after about the audio. I don't really know what it was.
Okay, I'm weird. It's not that I have a preference. The thing I don't like is having anything on my head.
Me neither.
Like, it's not about like sound or no sound. I don't like headphones.
I don't like headphones either. That's why I use earbuds actually.
Yeah, that's why I was using earbuds when I was doing the show when we first started. But I don't like having restricted movement of any kind. I don't know if I'm just an idiot, but like it makes me convinced that I can't like do things to the best of my ability. So like that's like AirPods are cool too. But yeah, I just like having nothing.
I'm trying to
right
get
now
that.
I'm using speakers. Like it's like I'm a boomer or something, bro.
I'm just trying not to get that headphone down, bro.
I think I already got it. I think I got it already, bro. I don't know.
Well, what?
The headphone down. I can see you balding right now, you Jim.
I'm denting, mom. I am balding, Jim. I'm good. I'm good to go. I should talk about shit actually.
You're looking good, guys. So
speaking of looking good, wait, you guys like bets too? I was thinking about this, Paris, because I was like, this podcast, they like bets, and I think it's good content. So we got to talk about Watch the Throne. I don't know if you have that lined up, Phil.
I do have it lined up, Haz, and you are spectacular as always.
Thank you, because I said, let's get in a call 5 minutes before and talk about what we're going to talk about. And Phil said, we don't do that. And I said, okay. I said, why
are you stitching us out, you Jim?
I don't know. I was like, what the fuck?
We don't do
Watch the Throne, early December, 8th through 10th, Guild House, San Jose. Coming up, you got some of the biggest names in Smash Ultimate content right there. Lights Out, Smash University, and of course, Cream of Crop Tweek Talks. Yep. And yeah, I'll be there, obviously. It's gonna be a good time. It's at the Guild House.
Big three will be there. The big
three will be there. I don't want to say who's LeBron, Wade, and Bosch, by the way. We don't need to get into that. I'm LeBron. Come on. All right. Here we go. Yeah, so Watch the Throne's gonna be great. I was thinking, Paris, because you and I think like since quarantine have been like fluctuating, like doing like weight loss and like doing better or worse from time to time. We should have a friendly competition going into Watch the Throne for like getting into shape, because we want to watch the Throne. We don't want to break it. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to sit on it.
I like that.
Wait, so what do you want to do? I don't
know. I was trying to think. Chat will come up with something. I did a weight loss competition with Mars a while ago and it worked out, but I feel like that's pretty unhealthy because we just went by like raw pounds and that's not good. But I was thinking like maybe like time to run a mile or something like that. I don't know. We can work on it, but chat will give us some.
I like that best mile time. I think that'd be really fun.
Something like that.
I'll get on that.
Because you're what, 5'10"?
Me?
Yeah, you're like 5'10", 5'9".
Thank you. I'm 5'7", but
we're the same height. Oh, all right. Well. You're single. Say 5'10", Jim.
He's down there with Coney.
I am single. I'm 6 feet. I'm
Short
6.
King, there you go.
I'm 6'20".
You can't say 6 foot. You got to say just under.
I'm 6'20".
Jeez.
But yeah, no, I actually haven't ran like I don't know if you saw my tweet where I was like I'm happy with my weight loss, but like I've gotten a little lazy about it in like the past month, and I probably gained like 3 pounds. I probably went from like 185 to like 188. It's not like terrible, but like I do want to get back on it. So that could be something to push me.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
$1,000.
I think we all win. That's fine.
Oh wait, you're rich. Never mind.
B mentioned in the chat that the Watch the Throne merch is going to be made. Some of it's going to be made by her. So
yeah, I'm
it's
actually
gonna be
really
good.
We talked.
He's
about
plugging his girlfriend. He's in a relationship. Nerd.
WW.
A healthy one too. No, B's designs are really good. I'm really eager to see what she's going to come up with.
She made art for Tera with Luminosity.
Very good, B. We love you here. Your art is amazing. I want to know though if B could maybe draw like a cellar. You know what I mean? Like a prison. Okay? Because that might be where our next topic is going to end up. All right? Now, Tweek, I know you don't drink or drive, so you can sit this one out. But our friend BobbyBigBallz. Oh, Bobby. We could talk about him on... Listen.
I personally like the chair more.
Listen, we could talk about him on Twitch, but you ain't going to see him because he recently just got an indefinite ban from Twitch themselves for drinking on stream.
Did you know this, Tweek? Did you know this? You can keep up with the story.
B did tell me that.
This is happening.
So is that what Twitch does? Do they just permanently ban?
No, well, no.
Indefinite, so.
Yeah, if he was maybe if he was like in a bikini, they would have let it slide. But unfortunately, he was not. It was at sometime at night, bottle of wine in hand, cracks it open, takes a sip, puts it down, and then proceeds to drive home. Now, realistically, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, hold on. He took a sip of 12% wine and then drove 3 minutes back to his house. That's not the end of the world. People drink at the bar and stuff like that. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it is the end of the world, okay? And this is why. You have to have precedence, okay? You cannot allow that behavior. Now, I don't think it needed to be a perm ban. I think it could have been like, a month or so or 2 weeks.
Disagree.
I don't know if necessarily a perm ban is the way to go, but drinking and driving under any circumstances is not the example you set. I don't care if you say you're a role model or not. You're somebody who's on Twitch with a following. You can't do head ass shit like that, period. So you reap what you sow on that one. I like Bobby. I thought he was a very entertaining guy. But this was an example of just being a complete dumbass, okay? And that's just what it is, okay? Really, what did you think was going to happen, bro? What did you think? It ain't like something you drinking liquid death and they're mistaking that for alcohol because of the container comes in. No. There's legit. Where's that bottle with? That bottle was about big as this. It was about big as this. Come on, Bobby. What?
I thought you had a Liquid Death sponsor or something.
Nah.
That actually,
we actually have a Mike's Hard Lemonade sponsor.
Put that shit down. Them gyms ain't paying us. The heck? Haz, your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I like probably what the heck?
What do you got there?
Are we all being unhealthy on stream?
Are those Cubans?
No, anyway, back to this more important things to talk about, more pressing things. First off, I don't know if it was a perma ban. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
He said it. He said it.
He said perma.
He said it was indefinite. Isn't indefinite permanent?
I think that means it could be reviewed, though. Permanent to me means you can never come back. Okay. I think indefinite means maybe it could be reviewed at a certain point later.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah, it's basically, no timetable. Yeah, permanent means forever. Indefinite means no.
Gotcha.
Got it. Your chat knew. Nice job, chat. And so the thing I'd say about it is people are like arguing semantic stuff. Obviously, Twitch, you can't walk the line softly on this. It's not possible. It is an open container, which is a misdemeanor, which means they need to swing the hammer. It doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter if it was one swing or not. It's not the important thing. To me, too, it looks so normalized. Like, he just did it. He did it while he was live on Twitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, that leads me to believe, and this is an assumption, I don't know, but he got drunk a lot on his streams and got blackout drunk a lot on his streams. I watched him a bunch. I thought he was very entertaining, very good player. He did a lot of online tournaments for Melee late at night. Okay. So he's someone that I watched. And to me, he just super normalized it. And that to me was a red flag. And I think it's a good time for a timeout. And hopefully the dude gets some help. So that was the weird thing too. Is they're like, should we ban him from Melee? And it's like, well, if he's banned from Twitch, he's kind of banned from Melee anyway, because you can't enter online brackets because you can't be on stream, and you can't enter offline brackets either. So it's kind of like that. Handled that, and I hope it's a timeout for him, and I hope he does better. And like I don't know what the steps are. Maybe go to AA classes or some shit like that. I don't really know.
I thought it was weird that there was more of an emphasis on we gotta ban him from Melee rather than no, this is an actual legitimate problem. I'm like, what are these fucking nerds just always revolving everything back to Melee? Get a grip, people.
And well, not only that, it's short-sighted because if he's banned from Twitch, he's gonna be banned from Melee basically anyway. You can't compete at tournaments. It's gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
The emphasis should be on helping this dude before, and that's the other thing is people need to respond harshly because their actions have consequences. And if let's say people are just yeah, it's cool, let's just let this slide, and then it gets worse over time, it's damn, aren't you gonna feel fucking bad if it gets worse, he hurts himself or other people? And that's as someone who I watched him a bunch, I really liked his content a whole lot. So this isn't coming from a place of hate, but I hope the guy gets some help. But yeah, I think it's a pretty point blank case.
It's cut and dry.
Talk about here, in my opinion. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Cut and dry.
I agree with that.
I thought so, at least.
And I think a big thing that was probably a red flag for him too was a lot of people were defending it and okay, so I live in the real world. I don't live on Twitter. So I understand why there are going to be guys who like they go to the bar, they might have a couple and they still drive. I don't think that's a good idea, but it's reality. It happens. Okay. So those are some of the people who are probably like on the defender side. You know what I mean? Which, okay, it is what it is. That's how some people are. Can't really do anything about that. That doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. And I always encourage, I don't care if it's 5 minutes from your house, 5 miles from your house, just get a ride, or take an Uber or walk.
People said that shit, like have a beer for lunch and then drive home. Like, yeah, that happens, but it's very different than having an open container. That's just a misdemeanor straight up. And Twitch can't let that fly. And to me, like that's one thing. But again, like how normal does it have to be for that to happen where you just do it while you're live on Twitch? Unless he was doing it as a bit. But even then, how does that not cross your mind to think that's way too far? I'll probably get banned for this shit. So to me, it was alarming on a couple different levels. Maybe not. Well, it was alarming because like who does that? But I don't know. A lot of his streams, he was not very sober for them, is what I would say as well.
Yeah, so, at least Mango does it from the comfort of his home.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do
well,
it,
it's true.
Gavin, your thoughts? And we'll toss it. He'll be like, "Yeah, so Sparg0's a great competitor." Good save, Gav.
Good save,
Sparg0.
Oh,
yeah, I have that too. Actually,
all right. I think this is a wrap up.
What the heck?
I think it is.
Look at this. Look at this monkey.
Hey,
Tweek. I go by EE. Okay?
Yeah.
You and your Supergirl Kel's bias, take a hike. All right. Now, with that said, I think that's the perfect time to get the hell up out of here and. No, Haz, no, Tweek. Oh my god.
He took the monkey with him, bro.
Oh my god.
Will that make it on YouTube? I don't know, but I sure hope you guys make it on YouTube because this has easily been one of my favorite episodes, a truly memorable episode 25. We know we don't have nearly as much content in episodes as you guys has produced, but I do want to say I appreciate you guys for kind of leading the way in the podcast field for Smash and giving us just kind of some motivation to really create something and carve our own path too. I know we joke around a lot with each other, but I got nothing but love and respect for you guys. And I know Light and Cosmos feel the same way. And I hope you guys know that. So
yeah, it was great because I say this on Tweek Talks all the time, I always wanted there to be a great Smash podcast that happens weekly. And then I was on it. I was like, that's great. But I don't have one to fucking listen to, which is what I really wanted. So when you guys came along, it was 3 guys that I really like and I'm happy to listen to every week. Very nice job,
Appreciate
man. I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
Same love right back to you guys.
Whatever we can do to help each other grow and continue to prosper and whatever. So
real quick for all of us, does anybody want to say real quick what the next event they're going to go to is? I'm going to be going to Circuit CFL.
Smash.
Okay. Okay. I'll be going to Circuit CFL on September 23rd.
Same.
I might be going with you guys, actually. I was talking to Kiki today, so I'm trying to figure that out. But if not that, watch. What?
Everyone's going?
You coming, Tweek?
That's why I told you to go.
I'm checking the date now. What the
You love Kiki.
No, you know why? You know why you
player.
should go? Because this is a good event for America to like grind with each other because the top 4 in America will be there if you go.
Who's going?
Who's the top 4?
In my opinion, the top
Buzz
4.
Zomba?
Yeah, the Buzz Zomba and us.
Yeah.
And the Buzz has been doing. Yeah, for sure.
Buzz is goated, bro.
Yeah, the Buzz is goated.
Actually goated.
Yeah, I want that event to do well. I like that.
Think about it, Gavin. Let's think about it, Gavin. Let's think about it. Because I was happy to have a break from events, but if it wasn't going to be Cirque, I was looking at that. I was also thinking about the Big House. I haven't talked to anyone about that yet, but I'd like to go. And if not that,
go there.
Riptide. Let me watch Riptide this weekend and then decide what I'm doing.
Yeah, bro, I would go to Big House. That's the thing about October. October has Rewired, Riptide, Miami, and I mean not Riptide. Rewired. Miami, Big House, and there's one other event that's happening during that month, right? And I'm just trying to figure out which one everyone's going to, so I know where to go for October.
Wait, when is Kagaribi?
The chat saying.
I kind of want to try to do that.
Excellent. Well,
I'll be going to Big House in Miami for sure. That is what I'll say.
Tweek, if you go to Kagaribi, can you get the Airbnb for all of us so we can stay with you?
Sure.
Clip it!
Okay, if you're going to wait,
fuck?
Tweek, if you are
Oh, it's
confirmed
during her
going,
birthday. Yeah, that's why I'm not going. That's why
Don't say, oh, what the heck? You read that, think internally, oh shit.
Now,
It'll
B,
be like,
you're supposed to be independent. You can spend it alone. We're going to Cagaries, baby.
No, don't listen to Phil,
You
bro.
should-
Do not listen to him.
It could be a great trip for you guys to go on together. And if you go to a tournament too, that's good. 'Cause I
Wait,
know
so
you guys want to go to Japan.
you're going to Big House.
Yeah, why is she randomly not even invited
Yeah,
anymore?
exactly. At least I invited her.
Wait,
What the heck is
Not
wrong
only
with
did
that?
Phil say fuck that, he said actually you're not even going.
Oh my god. Wait, so Tweek, are you going to Big House?
yeah.
Okay, I'm
Definitely.
locking in for Big House then. I'll see you there.
Dude, that's
Alright,
how
so you-
Paris works. He's just like, oh, if Tweek's going.
I need competition. That's all I worry about. Go to Circuit of CFL. Also, if you do plan on going, hit me up because there's something else you should know about. Stay tuned.
Yes, it's
Wait, what?
special. It's a special mission we're going to go on, and we want you to come with us.
Well, no,
You
if
talking about
you,
Big House?
no, if you go to Circuit of CFL,
Oh,
hit
okay.
me up because there's something important that you should know about
Yes,
that's also going on.
yes.
Does this mean I shouldn't go?
You
No,
should.
what?
Oh my god.
Are you stupid?
You should
Yes.
go, you Diddy Kong Jim.
Yeah, for real. You. I don't know if I could call you that here.
Hey, I think we're gonna call it an episode. What the heck? Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, we would appreciate it. Help us get into the algorithm so we can keep producing good content like this. And of course, like and comment as well. Let us know what you really enjoyed about the episode. I once again want to say thank you to Haz and Tweek of Tweek Talks for taking their time to be on episode 25 and making it as memorable as it has been. Of course, I'll have annotations and links to their content in the description as well. So that'll wrap us up. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, everyone.
Peace.